Hey y'all, it's Chris sitting here minding my own business, helping people with Medicare, and this came across my desk from a Google News alert. This just hit the news wire, and this is one of those industry-created pieces of junk educational flop created by someone who has absolutely no idea what in the world they're doing educating people about Medicare. They're not educating about Medicare. As a matter of fact, all they're doing is trying to sell ad space on the side here. And these are not real news stories, by the way. They're infographics to take you to another spot, which they'll sell your information if you click on any of these things here. All this is for is to get you to click on the advertisements that are here. Let me show you how goofy this is. First of all, consider the source. So I'm curious who this person is. Are they trying to get you to write in for their information that's published like this? No, about the author. This is from Home Media. Home Media researches products and they research products and services to help consumers make more informed decisions. This team is an external partner to the MarketWatch editorial staff. Not a licensed agent, not anyone who has a clue about what in the world they're talking about. They create they create content for the sole purpose of selling you to click on these things. And here's how dangerous this can be for seniors. So let me just read you this first part. To say it's misleading is a vast understatement. MarketWatch has highlighted these products and services because we think readers may find them useful. This content is independent of the MarketWatch newsroom, which means they don't want to have anything to do with it. It has nothing to do with reality, but we don't have anything to do with it. We're just bringing it in here so you can click on our ads. Key takeaways, right? Here's the key takeaway what they want you to know, as if they're an expert. And if you don't consider the source, you don't know otherwise. People now have more Medicare choices than ever before, with the average person in America having nearly 50 different plans to choose from. You don't lose any benefits if you choose Medicare Advantage over Original Medicare. Really? You don't lose any benefits if you choose Medicare Advantage over Original Medicare. So you don't lose the ability to go to any doctor in America, any hospital, any clinic, cancer treatment centers, the Mayo Clinic, MD Anderson. You don't lose the ability that you have in Original Medicare to not get referrals, to not get prior authorization requirements, to not have to appeal 5 levels before you get things actually approved. Really? To go get cancer coverage, you can get cancer treatment from anybody, and especially with a Medigap plan, and pay nothing out of your pocket, as opposed to on a Medicare Advantage plan being told, oh, I'm sorry, you have to pay 20% out of your pocket. Well, I thought you were a supplement. No, we're not a supplement. We're an Advantage plan, and you can pay 20% of the cost out of your pocket. But the good news is you have a maximum out of pocket. For 2021, that can be as high as $7,550 per calendar year. That's the good news. I'm so amazed at how many agents literally can live with themselves by telling seniors that a $7,550 maximum out of pocket per calendar year, only until it hits the next year and you have to do all that all over again, is a good thing. Really, it's a good thing. Let me ask you, what's your maximum out of pocket on a Medicare Supplement Plan G? Maximum out of pocket. Let's say worst case scenario happens and you have to go to the hospital 15 times in 2021, and you're on a Medicare Supplement Plan G. You know what your maximum out of pocket would be? $203. Why? Because Medicare has the Part B deductible. And I'm certain that you're going to have some doctor cost in there. So your total out-of-pocket cost for 2021 on a Medicare Supplement Plan G, where you can go to any doctor, any hospital, and no one can tell you what network you have to conform to, or any referrals that would be necessary to go to the top oncologist, the top treatment center, and have everything paid in full for you.
Where HMO insurances tend to fall short is when people come down with a complex illness like cancer. And I'm a prostate cancer specialist, so I see the dichotomy of the way people with HMO insurance are treated and the way people that have private insurance are treated. And there's a big difference. The people who have private insurance have a lot more discretion on choosing their doctors. The treatments are generally better funded, and there's just broader access to better care. So I mentioned that Medicare functions sort of like private insurance, but many people do sign their Medicare over to become a sort of an HMO insurance. They'll get some additional benefits for drug coverage and whatnot, but once again they will be restricted in the physicians that they can see, and you'll need pre-approval for perhaps some of the more expensive treatments, whereas with general Medicare, your doctors and you will have a broader free discretion about what kind of treatments you get. So there's a lot of choices out there, and in particular in prostate cancer, because the majority of men are over age 65. This choice between getting a prepaid Medicare type HMO versus holding on to your regular Medicare could make a difference in the quality of care that you can access with relative ease, as opposed to having to fight your insurance company to get the treatment you want.
Does it come at a cost? You betcha it does. And can everyone afford it? No, they can't. That's why they should have an independent broker to shop the market for them, so they're not paying too much for the same thing you can get through someone else. I had a new agent ask me the other day, he said, you know what? I see this new plan in Virginia for someone 65 years old at $70 per month for a plan N, but yet I see another company over here for $179 for plan N. Is this the same plan N? You betcha, it sure is. And if I'm an agent that only works for one company and that company happens to charge $150 a month for a plan that I could have gotten as an independent broker for $70, that's the value of an independent agent. But I digress. Let's go back to bullet point number 2. You don't lose any benefits if you choose Medicare Advantage over Original Medicare. In fact, you may even gain extra coverage. They can check off on a sheet that you've got dental coverage because you might get 1 or 2 free cleanings a year. Really? What's that worth to you to give up Original Medicare? Think carefully before you do. There are billions of dollars being spent right now as I sit here on the television that's over there on the wall, constantly churning out commercials. Guess what the commercials are all for? Medicare Advantage. Medicare Advantage. That's where the money is. And here's bullet point number 3. Here's what the agents are touting, folks. There is a cap on out-of-pocket spending with Medicare Advantage, but you can control costs with Part A and Part B if you buy a Medicare supplement plan. See how they're conflating the two? So there's a maximum out-of-pocket over here, but you can control costs by getting a Medicare supplement. Any licensed agent would know, or anyone who's read the Medicare and You guidebook would know, you either go down this road or that road. You can't do both. You can't have a supplement to pay for the big costs that you experience when you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, because that's the pay-as-you-go system. And then number 4. Almost all Medicare Advantage plans include Part D prescription drug coverage, which means you get all your Medicare benefits in one plan. That sounds great, doesn't it? In my local area, there are 40 different Part D drug plans. Which one is best for you? If my mom calls me, if anybody calls me and says, hey, which drug plan's best for me? Do you go based on the monthly premium? No. You go based on how do they cover the drugs that you take. And you'll look at the total annual cost per year. Here's what that means. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan and they slap in a Part D drug plan, which one did they slap in there? One that covers all your drugs and keeps your lowest cost per year, total lowest cost? Or do they slap in a generic Part D plan that covers most of the drugs, most of the people? But if you look at your total out-of-pocket cost as it pertains to drugs, it's going to be either on the high side or the low side, depending on if the plan that they chose to stick into that Medicare Advantage plan is perfect for you or not. If you take all generic drugs, no problem. You'll probably be great with any plan. If you take more than just generic drugs, sometimes it's better to have a Part D drug plan specifically tailored for you. How do we do that? We put your drugs into the system, which you can do at my website called startpartd.com. You put your drugs in the system and it just shows you. It lines up all the plans based on lowest total cost, highest total cost. Should you go with a $6 or $7 a month plan? Not if you're taking tier 3 and 4 drugs, you shouldn't. How do you know? Because when you put your drugs in there, you just see the entire list all right out there for you. Same thing you can see at Medicare.gov. But last year, our website was 50% more accurate than Medicare.gov. Only after the fact that it came out, Medicare said, well, if you used our website and you had to pay a lot more than you should have, we'll give you a do-over and you can go sign up for a different drug plan. Well, how well does that do for you who've already gotten on the wrong plan? Anyway, just sticking a generic off-the-shelf drug plan, sticking it into a major medical plan where you have to go in-network is not the big benefit that they would have you believe by saying it means you get all your benefits in one plan. That's great if you don't look at the cost. And then it goes on to say down here, on bouncing off the total exact opposite end of the wall, original Medicare offers maximum flexibility for people who travel frequently within the United States. Really? Well, you said up there you don't lose any benefits if you choose Medicare Advantage. In fact, you gain benefits. If you don't lose any benefits if you choose Medicare Advantage over original Medicare, but original Medicare offers maximum flexibility for people who travel, that would seem to conflict with each other. What do you lose in your flexibility to travel if you get out of original Medicare after you just lied and said that you don't lose any benefits whatsoever? Come on, people. Most people have access to zero premium, zero deductible Medicare Advantage plans. That's because they don't call it deductible, they call it a copay. And everything has a copay. So I'm telling you, you really have to consider the source. And if you look at the source of this article right here and you put all your eggs in one basket and think that these things are great, look at this. Part A and B of Medicare, they don't even compare a Medicare supplement with Medicare Advantage. They're just saying original Medicare. How many people have just original Medicare without getting a supplement? Not many. Do they have routine vision and dental screening? Nope. Medicare Advantage might. Extra benefits? No. This is so skewed to make one person believe that Medicare Advantage is absolutely right. And look at this. This literally came out, this article, the timing of the article came out November 10th, 2020. As of November 5th or 6th, we knew that for 2021, the Part B deductible of Medicare is $203, right? And we also know that the max out-of-pocket, as a matter of fact, the max out-of-pocket for Medicare Advantage was set back in August of 2020. And this still says that on Medicare Advantage, the max out-of-pocket is $6,700 that they can have. Not even close to being accurate. Anyway, consider the source. Really, your source for Medicare should be someone who lives it, breathes it every single day of the year, not just comes out and puts on their Superman suit of Medicare during Medicare Advantage season, and they run around from October 15th to December 7th trying to gather up as many people as you can, because you can only sign up for Medicare Advantage plans during the annual enrollment period. Well, guess what? We're helping people with Medicare 365 days a year. If one of my clients freaks out, sends in a message, or gets a hold of me on the phone, any time of the year, I'm calling them back. Because Medicare is not just an 8-week thing. Medicare lasts all year long, and you should have somebody that's accountable to you, not counting on junk like this that you can just find on the internet anywhere. Please watch your eyeballs. Guard your heart, the Bible says, and you need to guard your brain. Don't let trash like this in it, because you could be misled and make a lifelong mistake. I'm Chris Westfall. I help people with Medicare. If we can help you, let me know. Thanks.